Since a lot of you have been requesting Guinevere gameplay, here it is. I don't really use her much, and as you can see, my win rate with her is pretty low. But I just realized that Guinevere is actually really strong, especially when she's not countered and the enemies don't have Purify. I used her in the EXP lane, and my matchup was against Lucas, which I think puts Guinevere at a disadvantage, especially since Lucas has a lot of CC immunity skills. Plus, he's tanky, and even if I land my full combo, it's not guaranteed that I can kill him. Actually, the chances are really low, especially in this game where he's using Vengeance. On top of that, our team was almost all magic damage, except for Irithel. But Lucas built almost full magic defense, and so did their tank. That's why we were really at a disadvantage here. Plus, there was a trio on both our team and the enemy team, which is one of the biggest problems I face in matchmaking as a solo player. Oh, and their Hayabusa was actually a top global. But in this game, I'll be the one who looks like the top global.
Nope.
Just wait for it. So Lucas didn't recall earlier even though he was low HP, and he chose to clear the minions first, which allowed me to catch up to him and secure the kill. It was perfect timing since the turtle was about to spawn, and it was a huge advantage that Lucas was down because zoning enemies is basically effortless for him. And we secured the turtle, but even after it was already taken, their jungler still wanted to contest. I even showed some Guinevere main level moves, but honestly I struggled with that at first. So my teammates decided to invade even though they saw that I had already used my ultimate. That's why I just went back to my lane. That was some really bad decision making, especially since it was just Hayabusa's orange buff. It wasn't worth risking their lives for it. The enemy team was completely ready to defend it, not just one person. It would have been understandable if it were Ling or Fanny's purple buff. Now that's something actually worth risking their lives for. But anything else? No matter which assassin or hero it is, invading at that timing just isn't worth it. Especially right after securing the turtle, the buff it gives is too valuable to waste. Anyways, want to top up Mobile Legends diamonds easily and safely? Wing Store is now available in many countries, including the United States. And it's even cheaper here than in-game top-ups. So if you want to top up, just select the amount of diamonds you need, enter your ID and server number, and with multiple payment methods and services adapted for players worldwide, Wingstore makes topping up fast and hassle-free. But don't forget to create an account before topping up. Because for every top-up, you get a spin on the rewards wheel for extra benefits. Plus, you can collect Wings coin, which you can exchange for even more diamonds. So here I waited for Chang'e again. Irithel was already in mid, but she didn't even bother to help. She just focused on clearing the minion waves. Then there's Vale. If you look at the map, he even went to mid lane when there was nothing left for him to do there. Instead of helping in the gold lane, he just ignored it. His map awareness is on another level, and not in a good way. Well, he is in legend rank, so that explains a lot. And it's impossible that he intentionally ignored the gold lane fight since our marksman and tank are his trio. Yeah, that's one of the biggest problems. Why can you still get matched with legend players even if you're already mythical glory, or even mythical immortal? I mean, what's the point of having 4 different types of mythic ranks if matchmaking just ignores them anyway? And because of this, so many players abuse Smurf accounts while playing in trios. No matter how you look at it, there are just too many flaws in the matchmaking system. If you're one of the people benefiting from it, of course you wouldn't complain. You'd just say, it's fine, the enemy team has a legend too. But what if the enemy's legend is actually a Smurf, while your teammate is on their main account? Oh right, you're the one with the Smurf account. It's still unfair, just in a different way. And the ones suffering are the legit players who just want fair matches. Especially now, there are so many solo players like me. Comment down below if you're a solo player so I can see how many of you are watching this. Because when we get a trio on our team, and the jungler or gold laner is a legend rank, it makes a huge impact on the game. That's why once a player reaches mythical honor, they shouldn't be allowed to queue with legend ranks, just like how epic and mythic players can't team up since there's a 2-rank difference. So I just decided to push, since Lucas already left his lane to help on the other side of the map. Our jungler had already died before the turtle fight, so there was no point in me going there. It was too far anyway. It was a better decision to just push and get gold from the turret. I was checking Lucas's build here, and he was going full magic defense. He already had a magic blade and was about to build radiant armor next. And on top of that, he had vengeance, so no matter what I did, even if I used my full combo, I still couldn't kill him. He didn't even have to use his skills at that point. That's why after building Blood Wings, I immediately went for Divine Glaive to counter their items. Meanwhile, Julian didn't build anything for magic penetration. He was focused on attack speed instead, which is why he couldn't take down Lucas in this game. Vale actually managed to kill Hayabusa there. Turns out he's pretty good even though he's only in legend rank. He can definitely handle a top global Hayabusa.
NANI?!
Even though I had a gold lead over Lucas, I still couldn't fight him one-on-one, so I just focused on clearing minion waves. I even cut the lane here to rotate to the other side of the map, only to end up getting taken down by the enemy. But don't worry, I'll get my revenge on that Kufra. I got my revenge on Kufra and managed to take him down. He was really tanky though, just like Lucas, since both of them went full magic defense. And yeah, there was actually a legend rank player on the enemy team too. Can you guess who it was? I was actually planning to target Chang'e here since I thought she was in the bush. Carrie reacted quickly too. She already had her dash ready. I knew that, which is why I was aiming for the mage instead. And here, I perfectly landed on 2 squishy targets. There was definitely some luck involved in this game. I'm not even that good at playing Guinevere. Just look at my stats. 40 matches with only a 45% win rate. In this game, our marksman should have been the one shining since the enemy barely built any physical defense. And since she was our only physical damage dealer, she could have easily taken down anyone. Even Lucas and Kufra would have melted. They only started building physical defense in the late game. Here I have no idea what she was thinking. She just took the enemy mage's ultimate head on. She could have survived if she had just backed off instead. I already had Divine Glaive at this point, and the enemy team finally started building physical defense after feeling Irithel's damage earlier. What I don't get is why none of them built Dominance Ice. That's literally the most important defense item right now. Even if the enemy team has no physical damage, you still need it for life bane and attack speed reduction. It's just weird. Honestly, all items should have both magic and physical defense versions to balance things out. Here I saw Carrie alone, so I immediately jumped on her even without my ultimate, and I still managed to take her down. I was already waiting for Hayabusa, but my first skill still missed. Lag strikes again. Irithel with another great positioning. I actually felt bad for Julian here, so I tried to save him. But never mind, he clearly just wanted to die. So yeah. Let him be. He's seriously lacking game sense. Not only did he refuse to build magic penetration, but he also kept targeting Kufra and Lucas first. My second skill was perfectly timed here, but Hayabusa got lucky. His ultimate randomly switched to me. That was such a weird moment. I decided to go for a split push here since I noticed the enemy was too focused on team fights. They were constantly looking for fights. I wasn't sure if I could push this or if the enemy's minions would spawn just in time for them to defend. And there it is. The enemy minions spawned just in time before I could get the turret. Meanwhile, Irithel once again had terrible positioning. I was about to help, But never mind, she was as good as dead. She literally dove into the enemy base alone, so I just focused on pushing the bottom lane inhibitor turret instead. So we secured the Lord here. And of course, as usual, my teammates started fighting before the Lord even respawned. But fine. I'll go along with whatever they want. It would have been perfect if I had Winter Crown, but the damage would have been lacking if I built it first. I actually thought I had built it in this game, but turns out it was fleeting time. They looked too similar. I pulled off a great set here. It was in a blind spot, completely unexpected for the enemy. And my teammates had a really solid follow-up, making the play even better.
NANI?!
Yeah, my teammates were really playing well here. Their movements were solid and all their skills were on point. That's why Julian ended up with a 1-7 score. No concentrated energy and no magic penetration. Look at that. He actually had enough damage. Kufra got deleted in just one combo. Does Aerithel have a problem or something? Her deaths are so painful to watch. Here, both teams lost their marksman and mage. I noticed Lucas was in the top lane, and Kufra was still in their base, which meant Hayabusa was soloing the Lord. Even though I was far away, I figured I could reach it in time before he could take it down. And just as I thought, we caught up in time. I even predicted where Hayabusa would go. It was a mix of skill and a bit of luck. Lucas was definitely the hardest to deal with in this game. He was insanely tanky and had so much sustain. This was the part where I thought I already had Winter Crown, which is why I confidently turret dived. But when I was about to press it, I was confused. Turns out, I had built Fleeting Time instead. Anyways, what do you think about Guinevere right now? Is she strong or just average? Why is she rarely picked in ranked games? I'm already at 94 stars, and the enemies in this game were pretty strong.